Now our Honorable Lieutenant Governor of Pondicherry and Governor of Telangana is here to grace the occasion. Welcome address, Professor Rajesh Putani, our Registrar, Pondicherry University.
Thank you, Professor Pancharamlingam. Good evening to everyone. Honorable Lieutenant Governor of Pondicherry, Governor of Telangana, and Chief Rector of Pondicherry University, Dr. Srimati Tamilsai Soundarajan, Professor Tarnikar Su, Vice Chancellor of Pondicherry University, Professor M. Krishnan, Vice Chancellor of Central University of Tamil Nadu, Professor Mangaleshwaran, Vice Chancellor, Vavunavu University, Sri Lanka, Professor Ishikawa, and deans, heads of the departments of various departments of our university who are here today, students and delegates who have come from all over the country today to this 28th International and 59th National Conference of the Indian Academy of Applied Sciences. This is really with a mix of joy, pride, and a sense of privilege that I welcome you all to this particular year edition of this conference. And as you see, the theme of the conference is professional excellence. And who could be better than our Dr. Tamilsai Soundarajan to be chief guest, who herself is an embodiment and personification of the professional excellence, whether it is her career of medical field or her leadership provided to the medical fraternity in different capacities, or her public life. She is really the personification of the professional excellence. So it is very fortunate that she agreed kindly to be the chief guest to this particular conference. I am not surprised, or nobody would have been surprised when we learned that because of her dedicated public service, she was not only acknowledged everywhere in India, but internationally also. United States actually conferred her the International Rising Star of 2018. So it is really and I feel doubly proud to say that she is our chief rector of this university. So we are really honored, ma'am, and welcome you, ma'am, here. I welcome our Professor Tarnikar Su, the Vice Chancellor. I always say he is the one who walks the talk. And as soon as he has taken over as Vice Chancellor, he has provided so many different ideas and implemented them. Particularly in this conference, I think it is appropriate to mention, because all of us are professional psychologists and academics in the psychology field. Looking at the stresses that our students are going through and the kind of some unfortunate incident that we had to face, Professor Tarnikar Su has taken personal interest, and now I can say with pride that we have a panel of professional psychologists empaneled by university who are providing 24/7 counseling to our university students. So thank you, Professor Tarnikar Su, and welcome to this particular inauguration of this particular conference. I also welcome the Vice Chancellor of Central University of Tamil Nadu. In fact, Professor Krishnan was just speaking before this particular session started, and I could see that being a biotechnologist, he also has a good command in different aspects of well-being and psychological aspects. In fact, he has been contributing to various organizations, starting from Bharatidasan University, then he has become a Dean Academics in the Central University of Rajasthan, then he has taken over as Vice Chancellor of Madurai Kamaraj University. Now he is presently Vice Chancellor of Central University of Tamil Nadu, who could spare some time to be with us. So I welcome you, Professor Krishnan, for this particular conference. I also welcome Professor Mangaleshwaran, who is Vice Chancellor of Vavunavu University in Sri Lanka. In fact, I was casually talking to him and I was telling him now this is the opportunity that he could go back to University of Madras, where he actually did his PhD, and reignite his memories there. So it's good to have Professor Mangaleshwaran from Sri Lanka to be with us. Welcome, Professor Mangaleshwaran, to this inaugural address. I also welcome our Director Cultural, Professor Clement Sagairaj Lutz. Everybody knows him. He is a well-renowned artist, besides being the professor of English, and he has been a motivating factor for many cultural and core curricular activities that is taking place in our university. I welcome you, Professor Clement, to this particular inauguration. I welcome every delegate, every student, persons who have come from different corners of this country to this particular university, and on the behalf of university I can assure you that you are going to have very fruitful time being here. I also invite you to visit some more places in Puducherry, which is one on its own kind of town, I would say, with a mix of spirituality, mix of modernism, and mix of heritage. So I invite you to have some time spared after your fruitful deliberation in this conference. I welcome every one of you to this particular conference. We are eagerly waiting to hear our chief guest and other dignitaries, so I won't take much time. But being a psychology-related conference, I also am tempted to say that this is a particular field, and this is the particular opportunity like this conference is, that we have to have a lot of things to accomplish. After gathering here from different corners of country, we have our objectives, our goals cut out, particularly given the today's era and today's particular position of India, which is very fastly developing country. In that case, sometimes conflicts also arise, and we have to now address those issues. And as you all know, that this field of psychology has come a long way. Few decades back, the field of psychology was only thought to be addressing the healthcare, or rather some disorder, anxiety disorder or behavior disorders. But since last few decades, when I think it was Professor Martin Seligman who propounded or who proposed the theory of positive psychology, after that there is a sea change in this field. And I was the other day going through some literature where I have found, to my amazement and satisfaction and pride, that our ancient Indian knowledge system, like mindful meditation, is now being studied with the modern technique like fMRI, and neurosciences concepts are being applied to that. So given this particular mix of modern fMRI type of technological tools being applied to the tools of well-being and tools of mindfulness and overall well-being, has made you more responsible, or in fact I should say more responsibilities now on the psychologists, professional psychologists, to take these tools to the common man, to take this, not necessary to be limited to only addressing the disorders, but to strive and to make all the efforts to uplift the quality of living of every common man. Now when I say, I am also reminded by my previous worker that no matter in what profession we are, unless we have a happy, healthy mind, we cannot achieve this professional excellence. So as I said, we are eagerly waiting to hear from Dr. Srimati Tamil Sai Soundarajan, because I'm saying again and again, because I have heard her so many times, and every time I get amazed. So such a best orator who is so well read with amazing knowledge of all the fields. She can beat any academic in any forum. But let me conclude by kind of giving you two lines which would give you the importance of this particular field and the conference. And whenever we search for words, minimum words, to convey our feeling, we always turn to poets, always turn to literature, and in this case, let me turn to Tirukural, and let me see if I can pull it off. So it says, Vinay Titpam Enbadu Uruvan Manai Titpam Matrai Yellam Pir. So those people who may not probably would have followed the Tamil, it says, if you have a strong, resilient mind, and strong, resilient mind means happy mind, healthy mind, you can achieve, all other things are secondary. You can achieve any excellence that this particular theme says. So I will not further much ado. I now hand over to the MC. Please, thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Now this is the time to honor our chief guest by our esteemed Vice Chancellor. Now, may I request our esteemed Vice Chancellor in charge, Professor K. Taranikarasu, to give the presidential address.
Honorable Governor of Telangana and Honorable Lieutenant Governor of Union Territory of Pondicherry and Chief Rector of Pondicherry University and Professor Mangaleshwaran, Vice Chancellor Vavuniya University, Sri Lanka, Professor M. Krishnan, Vice Chancellor Central University of Tamil Nadu and Professor Clement Lourdes, Director Culture, and Professor Rajneesh Bhutani and Professor Rangaya, Professor Raju, Andhra University, and Professor Chatterjee, University of Delhi, and all the dignitaries and delegates from all over the world. Good afternoon, everyone. So I am very happy to see all of you here at this Pondicherry University, and I thank Professor Panch Ramalingam for arranging this wonderful psychology conference in the field of applied psychology. So in this occasion, I just want to share my thought about the role of psychology in the day-to-day life. Because when you see this title also, this is 28th and 59th National Conference on applying psychology for professional excellence. So as our registrar told, the mind is the basis of everything. Human mind is the basis of everything. But if you see the general understanding of mind by the other people, other than the psychologist, by the other sections of the people, it is, if you compare to other fields, it is very poor. But it is very important, mind is very important. As Professor Bhutani mentioned in Tirukural, so I can also say this, Manamadu Semmayanal Mandiram Jabike Venda, like this they say. This is the importance of mind. But the thing is, if you even take the computers or any general knowledge, even they know about chips, they know about the medicines also they know. But unfortunately, many people do not understand the importance of mind. In many of the developed nations, before marriage, they forced to take the counseling before marriage, whereas in our country we don't have any such type of compulsion. And people jokingly say also, in India it is easy to get you can get marriage within 2 minutes, but getting divorce is very difficult. So it is good one way that counseling should record before divorce. But before marriage also there should be a counseling, because the life, if you take the life, how to lead a life is very important. Earlier days, the family used to be the counseling center, you can say, to train the bride and bridegroom. Now the understanding of family itself has gone. In this stage, and your role as what are the requirement of the not only professional excellence, but also for the day-to-day life, how our mind should be trained. So what are the problems we face in a day-to-day life? All those things, I think in the professional part you are going to discuss. But it is also important for your role. I am talking about your role. You have to familiarize more about this psychology in day-to-day life. But if you see, even many of our TV serials in, especially I don't know about other countries, other states, in Tamil Nadu, the old TV serials, if you see, most of the things are related to the psychology only. The very famous Oedipus complex, everyone knows about this, but still that Oedipus complex is still very, very familiar, but it is not applied to the families. The moment even the relative, a person who marries sister's daughter, but they enter into the Oedipus complex only. That is, but they don't have this understanding of sister-brother relationship. So this is the importance of psychology. And even many personality disorders we could see in the professional life as well as personal life, like narcissistic personality disorder, and all those things disorders. If you really taken care, our India is a very big population, but if you don't have a right mindset, if you don't have a right attitude, then our whatever the population we have, so definitely it will not be very useful for developing this country. So in this aspect, the role of psychologist is very well recorded, even at the school level, at the college level, is very much important. But it is not there so. Even for our university, Professor Bhutani already mentioned that. So far we don't have a panel. We don't have a panel for the psychology. We have more than 8,500 students in the university. So there was no psychology counselors, that is the panel of psychology counselors for our university. So the moment I find out that there is a more stress for the students, and I contacted our applied psychology faculty members. They helped me to get the counseling counselors, and also we put it in the panel. Now we have made it like students can contact the counselors, and it will be private, and we will not interfere in this. Then counselors can directly contact the students and take the note of it. University will bear this fees, whatever this is the modus operandi we have applied. But it may look like you may see this very simple thing you have done it, but for this initiative we have done it, and the students are very happy. I come to know that, and I got the report also. Students are very happy about this, and even faculties are very happy about this. They are taking care of this. And since the facilities are available, there are many people, they are taking the help of this. This is the state. For you, these are all very simple things. For the community where they don't know what is the role of mind, what is the role of psychology, for them it is a great help. So I, on behalf of this Pondicherry University, I welcome everyone and I thank everyone for being here. I also request you to take care of the issues and familiarize psychology into the public. And thank you one and all, and thank Professor Ramalingam for arranging this wonderful conference. Thank you one and all.
Thank you very much, sir, for giving a lead for the conference. Now this is the much awaited time. We may request our chief guest, our Dr. Lieutenant Governor, to light the Kuttuvilakku. Then last year, along with Central Minister Mr. Dharmendra Pradhan, ma'am has came and presided and given a wonderful chance to interact with all the psychologists of the country and abroad. For this conference, 32 international delegates are there. We thought we can take each and every group with a photograph with ma'am. Ma'am is hectically busy. You have to listen to our Lieutenant Governor. You may be reading in the newspapers how she made the Pondicherry as visible as possible in each and every aspect. In health, Union Territory of Pondicherry stands first in India. For the education, visibility of Vikshat Bharat, now the visibility goes 5th rank. Likewise, each and every aspect we will spell out. Because of the time constraints, we are taking it up later. Now, requesting you, ma'am, to deliver the inaugural address.
A special good evening to each and everyone here. First of all, I am very happy to inaugurate the 28th International and the 5th National Conference of the Indian Academy of Applied Psychology, Applying Psychology for Professional Excellence. That's the theme of this conference. And the registrar concluded with the Tirukural. But I will start with the Tirukural. Manattukkan Masilan Adal, Anaithu Aran Neerabira. So, Manattukkan Masilan Adal. So, even a small flaw in the mind, without any mark in the mind, we cannot prosperous. So, whole life is that Manattukkan Masilan Adal. Masu means it's like a dirt. So, if it's clear, everything is clear. So, that is the theme of this psychological conference, and my respects to Professor Tharani Karasu, VC of Pondicherry University, Professor Mangaleshwaran, Professor Ishikawa Machiko, Professor Psychology, Tokyo University, Professor Kamaluddin, Chairman Department of Psychology, University of Dhaka, Dr. S. Bhuloganathan, Neurosurgeon and Holistic Care Practitioner, London, Professor Dr. Clement Laurath, Director, Pondicherry University, Professor Panch Ramalingam, Professor Krishna Panch Ramalingam, Program Organizer, Professor Krishna, VC, Central University, Tamil Nadu, Professor M.B.R. Raju, Andhra University, Professor B. Rangaya, Conference Secretary. I have mentioned everyone. Anybody left? Okay. And all the dignitaries, national, international, my dear students, and all the faculty members, my special good evening to each and everyone here. Actually, applying psychology for professional excellence is the topic which is very much needed for this situation. And holding the abstract itself says how successful this conference, such a big abstract book, heavy book, and then went through the book. Almost it has covered everything. For example, school psychology, psychology of the entrepreneurs who started their business before 30 years. That is one topic is there. And psychology of staff nurse, psychology of postgraduate medical students, and psychology of the gender bias. Almost everything is there. So, in a random, because as a medical professional, when I learnt about the psychology of staff nurses, psychology of medical students, postgraduates, pressure, duty pressure, which the postgraduate medical students are suffering and what not. But everything, in Tamil we say, manam oru kurangu. Mind is a monkey. There is no stability there. Go on moving. So, that itself says how we are not stable, and that stability should be there. I always feel mind should be very calm and quiet. Your work may be blowing, you may be very energetic, but your mind should be very calm. In Tamil there is a proverb, ஆத்திரப்பட்டா அகண்ட பாத்திரத்தில் கூட கை நுழையாது. So if you are very tensed, even if a vessel is wide-mouthed vessel, you cannot put your hand. It's a wide-mouthed vessel, but you have to be very calm. Otherwise, if you are tensed, even the easiest job cannot be done. So how it can be achieved? That should be professional excellence, because in this era, that should be professional excellence, because competitive world. Psychology plays a very big role. And as a doctor, I can say, people immediately refer to the doctor, or they come for a consultation if there is any problem in their physical fitness, in their body. But if they have any problem in the mind, it is not taken as a medical problem, psychological problem. So if we say I am little confused, it is like a stomach pain. It is like I am depressed. It is like a myocardial infarction. But we take it as in a very lighter sense. So we have to balance between the mental and physical wellness. That is very important. And nowadays, because whether it talked about the family life, I can say the best psychologist in the family is our grandmother. Going on telling something. Nowadays we are unable to tell the children, you be like that. Mother will be very happy because she let her get the bad name. But she will be going on telling. So if the child is listening or not, she will be, oh, respect your elders when your elders come, just greet them. So be cautious, be punctual in time, eat well, drink water. Eat first sambar, then you eat rasam, then you eat curd. So that is the beauty of our Indian cuisine. First protein, and then digestion, then probiotic, then fiber, everything there will be. So she won't allow us to mingle the order. No, first you have to take sambar. So best psychology, so that family setup, when you lose, more depression, more psychological problems are there. And when I was reading the abstract, it's in a nutshell, if I have to say, the well-being, when you are good, when you are laughing, when you are smiling, your capacity is more, your productivity is more. Even more, marry an expert, but if you are confused, your productivity will be definitely less. I appreciate the theme as applied psychology for professional excellence. In the abstract I was saying, if a person starts a business before 30 years, becomes psychologically upset. Like that I attended a conference. Then they were telling, CEO's conference, what's the problem they are facing? So most of the entrepreneurs told, no, we are unable to get good staff for us. Then what are your expectations? Often we change our subordinates. Then I told one small incident, experience, assault psychology only. So what's the problem for you? Then they told, no, we are expecting a person with all qualities. They should be good in interaction, communication, good in writing, good in accounting. But we are unable to get such, so immediately we changed the person. So I told, when one person came to my house, I had the same driver for 10 years, almost same cook for 10 years, grand old friend. She was asking me, no, every year or every 6 months I am changing my cook. She is unable to satisfy me. But you are having 10 years same cook, same driver, how? Then I asked, what is your expectation? She told, no, she has to do dosa. When she does idli, she is unable to do that. And I get angry and chase her out. Then I told, you see, I like dosa. But my servant know to do only idli properly. So I started loving idli. That is the that is the solution. Instead of searching a person to make good dosa, so started liking idli, solves the problem. So my driver drives very slow, but I love fast driving. So I started like, okay, if you go fast, accident will happen. So there will be so problem. So you cannot read. So I started loving slow driving. So that solved the problem. So that is everything in our psychological behavior only. So everything is in our mind. I always narrate one story. One person, in his deathbed, during his deathbed, he was telling, I wanted to change the world, I was unable to do. Then I wanted to change the country, I was unable to do. Then I wanted to change my state, no, I was unable to do that. Then I wanted to change my town, no, I was a failure, it was a failure. Then I wanted to change my village, no. Then I wanted to change my street, no, I was unable to do that. Then I wanted to change at least my family, I was not successful. Finally I found, if I would have changed myself, I would have changed my family. And if I would have changed my family, then the state would have, my house would have changed, the house would have changed, then street would have changed, the street would have changed means my country would have, state would have changed, if state would have changed means my country would have changed, if my country would have changed, the whole world would have changed. So the basic psychology is myself. I should have corrected myself. That is the simple solution. So whatever may be, you can see the sea. In the shore will be hitting the waves, but in the center it will be very calm and quiet. That only can hold heavy ships. The shore which is making noise cannot hold heavy ships. So like that only. Now heavy ships means friendship, relationship, any ship. So the mind should be very strong enough. I always say thing. When I am angry, I was a political leader also. So I was heading a state political party. It is not easy for a woman to be a leader. And we have to, I always say, women are very successful administrators. My male leaders should not get angry. Women are very successful administrators because women can handle both men and women. But men cannot handle all women. So that is the psychology. So only I am in charge of 2 states and I have been a political leader. So it is easy for a women because we are in the family. First we are managing our mother-in-law, grandmother, husband and children, and then we are managing everyone. What is this? No problem at all. So one lady went to a saint and told, I am unable to tolerate my husband. He is getting very angry. He is an alcoholic. And I am unable to get along with him. So the divorce he was telling. So before divorcing him, I want a solution because I like him. So you please give a saint. She went to a saint. Then the saint told, go to a forest and then move with the tiger and get the milk of the tiger and give it to him. He will be all right. So she went to a forest and she moved with the tiger. And she got the milk of the tiger and then she gave it to her husband. Then she thought he'll become all right. Then again he was like that only, getting angry, everything. Again she went to the saint. Yeah, you told if I give the tiger milk, he will be all right. So I risked my life. I went and moved with the tiger and got the milk and he is not getting corrected. Leave ma, you have... Be friendly with the tiger. What is the problem moving with this fellow? So you have moved with the tiger. What is the problem? So you leave it. So the situation is same. The condition is same. But the mindset which changes solves all the problem. So everything is in our mind. And students, because abstract says more about the students. What is student psychology? Recently, I was an assistant professor. Student psychology have now become, they don't want to read but they want to get more marks. That is the psychology now. Before the exam, I was talking to my students one day. Then this is the last day of our academic year. Next week you are all going to face the exams. So elections means because suddenly politician in me popped out than an academician. So next week exams are coming. So if you have any doubt now itself, you clear it. One boy stood up and told, Madam, only one doubt I have. Tell me. I was very happy. Oh, in this situation also students are coming out to solve the problems. So he told, madam, where are the question papers are printed, madam? So that is, nowadays they want easy. So when they think so much of easiness, they want to be very easy. They want to enjoy the life. They want to enjoy the friendship. They want to enjoy the dress pattern, everything, style and everything, but they don't want to study. So most of them think that entering the college is only to be very happy, but not to study. Then and when I was studying in one book, in the book, the student psychology, he has written, in 1990s, the question paper will be, answer all the questions. In 95, 10 questions, answer 7 questions. Then in 2000, either A or B section you. Then 2005, you tell you of your choice. Then 2010, okay, what all you learn, what all you know, you answer. But in 2020, thanks for coming to the exams. So that is the question paper says. So the psychology is different because during our elder days and all, you know, அந்த காலத்து BA they say. அந்த காலத்து BA means they learnt everything. But we don't want to put ourselves in any difficulty. But to these children nowadays, psychology should be corrected from childhood. Because we are all, I am one among 5. So I have to look after my sisters, and my middle sister always used to get angry with my mother. She tells, first 2 join and do some work, last 2 join and do work. So she is the middle person. So among 3 she used to get angry. But always we were united. We had some work to do, united. But now singleton. So everything given to them. So if the table hits him also, my grandmother used to tell, why don't you properly come? But now we have to say, why this table is here? Why it hit you? So putting blame on others, that is psychology. So nowadays we have to correct them, everything, all the difficulties. Make the children to face all the difficulties. A teacher was performing in the class, and she was showing a cocoon, how the butterfly comes out. So the cocoon, how the butterfly comes, the larva used to hit the cocoon, and by hitting, the wings get stronger, and the butterfly flies out. So teacher was explaining it. A very empathetic child, she thought, why we have to allow the wings to butterfly to hit it? So we will help. So he opened the cocoon, but the butterfly died. So madam told, the life is because it hits, the strength is gained. Because the wings are hit against the cocoon, and that only gives strength for the wings as well as the butterfly. So we have to take care of all these things. Now everything is spoon-fed, everything easy means they are unable to face the challenges. So only registrar was very, very subtle in saying, don't want to face any unwanted incidences. Suicides. I cannot accept that and all. Very, very disheartening to see this suicide tendencies of suicides in the institutions. Parents grow you. Your mother bear you 10 months and grow you, feed you, and then sending you with some psychological upset. If you end your life, what is there in life? So I always tell the students, don't compromise your happiness for anything. Let your madam scold you. Okay. Let you get 35 marks. Okay. Let me get fail mark. Okay. Life is there to compensate it. So don't compromise your happiness for anything. At the same time, be an achiever. Sharpen yourself. When you read more, when you add your skills, you can see the confidence level. When you present a paper also, if you come with full preparation, you can find the level of the confidence. I always say, when I was an assistant professor, if I wanted somebody to present a paper, I used to ask in the class, who want to present the paper, who all want to participate? The first bench students will stand up. I always pull the last bench students only. Most geniuses are sitting in the last bench only. But thinking that nobody will take care of us, nobody will be bothered about us. So everything is in the mind. A happy mind is an achiever according to me. Be calm, consistent, committed, at the same time happy. Psychology is something good. A disease, as a doctor I can say, it is not only devoid of disease, it's a well-being. So like that, we have to be good in our attitude. We have to, everything, there is a solution for everything. Nothing is impossible in this life. So be happy, at the same time be an achiever. Everything can be possible in this world if your mind is happy, happy, happy. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your inspiring inaugural address of this particular conference.